recently about Rush, as is usually the case on this show, what they may or may not do. As recently as the last day or two, we've had a lot of calls like that. And there is more clarity. Now, as I mentioned, Alex Lifeson was on this show recently, an interview that re-aired between Christmas and New Year's when I was off. And Lifeson talked about this new band, Envy of None, and that he was going to do a record and who he was doing this record with. Well, more details have come out about that, and there is a fully conceived record done now that consists of 11 brand new songs featuring Alex Lifeson on guitar. The rest of the lineup is made up of Andy Curran, which we knew. Andy's a good friend, bass player from a Toronto band called Coney Hatch. He also worked for the Rush camp for many, many years, and I think still does in some capacity. Playing bass, and the other members of this band consist of Alfio Anabalani and singer-songwriter, I hope I'm saying this right, Mea Win, who is a woman. They are going to be releasing a self-titled debut album, again, the name of the band, Envy of None, on April 8th. The music is described as shades of alternative, experimental, and synth rock, with surprises at every turn, dark, twisting melodies, contemporary pop hooks. Lifeson himself is proudly aware of how little of it crosses over with the band that made him famous, meaning Rush, meaning that it sounds nothing like Rush. So this is new music from Alex Lifeson coming. A single was already released today called Liar, along with a video, lyric video for it. Joel, as a matter of fact, if you can, I know we've been doing and plan to do Wasp in and out of the breaks today because Blackie's coming on, but let's do the little of this when we go to our next break.
You know I already have it queued up.
All right, beautiful. Joel's on the ball. Yeah, so the brand new song came out today called Liar. Again, it's not a hard rock thing. It's definitely different. It doesn't sound anything like Rush, but if you've been waiting for Alex to get a band or one of the guys in Rush to come with a new band and a new record, you got it coming on April 8th. Previously, Alex had some of the heavier songs come out, like Enemy and Cobble Blues, when those both came out around the time of the announcement of his new custom guitar, and that's when we had Alex on this show a few months back. Alex goes, well, here's one other thing, too. I'm just reading through the press release. The album's closer, Western Sunset, was penned by Lifeson and is a tribute to Neil Peart. Highly emotive piece of music to honor a man deeply missed by the rock community at large, and even more so by those enough lucky to know him. Quote from Alex Lifeson here says, I visited Neil when he was ill. I was on his balcony watching the sunset, and I found inspiration. There's a finality about a sunset that kind of stayed with me throughout the whole process. It had meaning. It was the perfect mood to decompress after all these different textures. A nice way to close the book. So tribute piece called Western Sunset on this album to Neil Peart. April 8th is the release date. Alex Lifeson is back. Whether there will be dates, live shows, there's nothing in the press release about live shows. Again, if you listened to when Alex was on with us, he did not sound like, beyond doing a scattered date or two, that he was up for any sort of large-scale touring. Could that change? Who knows? We'll see. Seven Dust announcing a tour today. They will be going out and playing Animosity in its entirety. A short run starting March 4th, ending March 27th. Also birthdays today. Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine. There's a band that has been waiting forever to try to do their reunion tour and is still continuing to stall being able to do that because of COVID concerns. you got to wonder, I wondered about this with the Black Crowes, when you got a band that isn't all that active all that much, would the COVID break of a year, 2, 3 years cause them to implode again? With the Black Crowes, it didn't. They seem to be, Chris Robinson, when he was on with us, said it's brought them even closer. But you always wonder, with Rage, I mean, they're like, seeing a unicorn lately. So we'll see. We'll see if Rage finally gets these dates going. But Zach, their singer, celebrating a birthday. Also birthday today for Rob Zombie. Happy birthday to Rob, who is, I believe, exactly the same age as me, probably maybe a year older, a year younger, but right around, I'm sure, 57 years old. So happy birthday to both of them. Also, 57. So Zombie and I are exactly the same age at the moment. He's a few months younger than me, I guess. When you get to be that age, you count those months. And what else do I have for you? Couple movie things here. Evan Rachel Wood, the actress who was